Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to jump in and do a quick little update video with you on like some of the things that's been going on as far as my health journey, weight loss journey, all the things journey. I don't know what's going on with this hair. My little bun is falling over from my clip. Anyways, if you're new here, my name's Amanda. Thanks for joining me. And like I said, I just want to update on a couple of little things. So last week, Sunday, was it Sunday? No, was it? It was Sunday, the 1st, February 1st. I did a weigh in to see where I was with uh, my numbers as far as jumpstarting this health journey, weight loss journey. And since then, I've kind of started to incorporate some things to kind of kickstart things off. My hair's all kinds of rough. Anyways, um, I still cannot find my Fitbit. I don't have a clue where or what I did with my Fitbit. Yeah, I love that thing. It was something that I wore like 24/7. It gave me my sleep like stats. It just kind of like gave me obviously my step count, and there's a couple other little things on there um that I used to like pay attention to or look at. Or oh yeah, like the weekly update was really nice. I like to see like what my step count was for the week. So I don't know where I would have put this thing. I know that during the third trimester I was like at a point where I was like I don't know, starting to get a little bit of the swelling at the end of the day and things like that. And I ended up getting some carpal tunnel syndrome things at like the tail end of my pregnancy. So I know I took it off, and I feel like I knew where it was, and I've been looking and looking and looking, and I'm really bummed about it. I hope I do find it because yeah, I really want to start wearing that thing. Wow, my hair is doing all kinds of things. I am so I am so distracted by that. I apologize. I'm super grateful though. I am like going on this Sunday will be 16 weeks postpartum, and I have lost very minimal like hair loss. That's usually like a big thing. One of the things though is I am freezing today. And I don't know why. It's like one of our warmer days. I think it was like 14 degrees. So, but anyways, yeah, back to these little updates. So I'm still trying to find a Fitbit. It's gonna be found. I have to keep switching arms. Have you noticed that? I've done that like a lot more lately. In this first little 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes that we're at, I started doing some exercises where I'm sitting down at my desk and taking like mini breaks from time to time. I've been doing some like arm stretches and reaches. I've been doing like some sitting bicycles, and I've also been doing like, I don't know if they really have a name. I don't know what their name is, but I'm gonna call them like leg extensions. So I'm sitting, I'm just, engaging my muscles in my legs and extending my leg out under the table and bringing it back in. I'm doing that with my arm. You can't even see me. But yeah, I'm just doing that and getting a couple of reps in. Nothing crazy because I'm doing that like every time I sit down, for example, right? So I'm not doing like, 10, you know, reps of 12 or something like that. It's literally like I'll do like 10 or 20, and I'll switch legs and, go about my business, studying, writing an email or whatever it is I'm doing. But if I get up and I go move around the house and do something, and I come back to my seat, I will mindfully think, oh, let me do these little, leg extension thingies under the table. And if I can be honest, just by doing this, incorporating this over the last couple of days, probably only like 2 days, it really hasn't been, I haven't been like it hasn't been super consistent. I already noticed a huge difference in my knees, and that was one thing that was really bothering me was my knees. It made me super nervous. So they already are starting to feel stronger. Well, stronger definitely, but like, I don't know, what's the word? I have a word problem, and if you haven't been here before, go back at some of my other videos, you will see that I have a word problem. Obviously, they definitely are starting to feel stronger, but they're feeling more. I feel sturdier. I feel like they're, they're strengthening. I don't know what the word is. I can't think of it. They feel, they were feeling like super weak and just like they would just give out. And I understand, yeah, the other side of that is stronger, obviously, Amanda, right? Get it right. But there's a difference. They feel, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it in words. It just, I could tell there's such a huge night and day difference already from just the last couple of days of trying to, you know, work those muscles in my legs and, whatnot. I've done a couple things on the stairs where I'm stepping up, doing like the sideways step up and down. Um, I actually, oh my goodness, I just realized this. Let me just back up real quick and I'll come back to that. I've noticed that when I go to get up from sitting that I don't feel like I need to assist myself by holding onto my desk or grasping onto something, for example, like the sides of the chair or whatnot. I am already starting to feel so much better. It's still, I still feel a lot of weakness. Don't get me wrong. I'm not out of the woods with all that and whatnot, but I have gotten up just without even thinking, without reaching for, like I said, the arm of my chair or the desk top or anything like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. And going up and down the stairs has shown significant improvement in how comfortable and like confident I feel going up and down the stairs without feeling like my knees are going to give out or something, is going to give. And that's a big one, especially for my basement stairs. They're wonky. And I'm 5'5", and there's this area like halfway ish in the middle of this staircase going down the basement that I have to like do this duck thing. So I'm like ducking and bending and maneuvering stairs. So that's been like really sketchy. So I'm glad that that's now something that's not as, doesn't feel as sketchy. I feel like it's getting back to like how I'm used to navigating that. Um, so yeah, but I was gonna say, so today I was so flustered. I actually meant to take you guys with me and put my camera on my walk up to class today. I completely forgot. Gosh, darn it. I will try to remember to do that tomorrow. Tomorrow, I may or may not be going on campus. I have lecture for genetics. But we're supposed to get like 3 inches of snow, and I drive on some crazy back roads, so I'm kind of nervous about whether or not I want to bother doing that. So we'll see. I cannot wait to get out of this winter. I just can't wait. But so I've been taking the elevator to go up because I'm like, my knees, one wrong move and I'm out for the, down for the count. And I got on the elevator. I pushed the third floor because I'm up on the third floor for this class that I had today, which was the capstone class that I'm in. And the elevator opens, like, I don't know. I was on my phone looking at an email I got, and I'm like, oh, hi, excuse me. And I like hop off and I turn this corner and I'm like thinking to myself, am I in the right place? And we've just started, right, this semester, and it's not like I've been up there a whole lot this year so far. I did have a class on this floor, like, I don't know, the end of 2024, like the fall of 2024, something like that, but it's been a minute. So I'm walking down the hall. I get to the end. I'm like, this is not my class. This is insane. What did I do? So I'm like, I'm not walking all the way back to the elevator. That's goofy. And I just wanted to get up there, and I like to get there early and that all that kind of thing. So the stairwell was right there. I'm like, screw it. What am I on the second floor? So I go up 2 flights of stairs, right? Navigate all the students around me and get up to the second floor. And I'm like, did they do something to the hallway? Like, I'm all like, my brain is just like not computing what is going on here. And I'm all kinds of like black because I'm like, I just was on my phone. I had to answer an email, and then I'm like checking in with my family, like with my kids, and I'm going down. And I'm just like, this isn't right either. What is this? I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I look at the stairwell, and there's like more steps going up. I'm like, I'm like on a second floor. Are you serious? So I'm like, okay, let me go back up 2 more flights of steps. And I did it. It was like not that I can't do steps. Like, I was doing steps at the end of my pregnancy, but mainly the elevator. So I was like, okay, wow. I just literally took the elevator from the ground floor to the first floor. And then from the first floor, went up to, more 2 flights of steps to get to the third floor. Or, you know what I mean, what I'm trying to say. And I felt really good. I felt pretty good. So I was like, oh, wow. Ugh, I know, I'm such a ditz. It's something. It'll be okay. Somebody's gonna laugh, so maybe I'll just start with being me. But yeah, so I was really like blown away by that. And I got there and I was walking down the hall, and finally I'm like, this is my classroom. I know where I'm going. And, and I'm like, wow, I did those stairs, and I feel good about it. Like, my knees feel good, everything feels good. So yeah, and then I was talking and chatting up my professor on the way out of class. So I was following him to keep up because he was heading to another class, and I was talking to him about, if you're following me on other topics, my OChem situation for organic 1 and 2. So I'm following him, and he's keeping a really, big face, like a strong face going. And he's like beelining it to go down the stairs. I'm like, ah. But going down, I think, is a heck of a lot easier than going up. But it was like nothing. So I was like, yay, this is perfect. Yeah, so I'm thinking of looking into some other wearable app or wearable trackers that have apps that I can like maybe see if it's something I want to do. I really hope I find my Fitbit. And I'm going to continue to do these leg exercises. I really have a strong belief in building muscle to lose weight, right? For me, I mean, that's just it. That's how it goes. But I really like lifting weights and all the things. It feels so good on your muscles, even when it like even like that initial pain of getting that pump and whatever. I have a long ways to go. I have a really long way to go. But I was looking at my sets sets. I have like a little set of dumbbells, and I think it's like they're 8, 5, and wait, 10, 8, and 5. I think there's 4, 10, 8, 5, and 2, probably something like that. And then I have a random set of 15s and 15 pounds, right? And I was like, you know what? I need to get these little ones and just keep them on my desk so I have them nearby, because like I said, when I take these mini breaks or I get up and I come back, I'm like, I could like, I'm doing like some stretching and twist, all the things. So I'm like, I could be incorporating that. I do need to get a replacement yoga mat or some sort of mat for the ground, for my floor. I don't know where the one is that I used a lot long ago. I feel like I donated it for some reason. And the one that I have, I don't think it's not very thick. Like, it's the millimeters of it is like probably like, I don't know, 6 or 8 or something. I don't know. I want to get like a thicker one that's like 12 or 15 or something like that. Nice thick pad. Because I used to do a lot of stretching. I used to get up and do some stretches and lots of things. I've never really done yoga. I've always been interested. I would love to learn some easy yoga positions or beginner yoga stuff. So if you guys have any insight on that, apps or like, you know, websites or people to follow or anything like that, I really want to get into learning more about yoga and doing some moves now, especially incorporating breathing exercises. I think that's a really just it's the whole body experience. I just want the whole healing body experience at this point in my life. Um, but yeah, so I want to incorporate the stretching and the breathing exercises and those techniques for end of day and rise of, in the morning just to be able to do something. So I'm incorporating little things. That's where we're at. This is what this update is about. And being mindful with my eating still and my snack choices and things like that. I haven't made any big, huge moves as far as any of those things or any of my goals other than, you know, um, getting down, to at least 200 pounds by my birthday in August. So, yeah, I will go ahead and jump on a scale this weekend on Sunday. Like I said, I don't know for a fact if I'm going to do that every single week. I probably should. It would be nice to document it because I don't want to ever be back up to this weight again. And it would be nice to really have a journal on this because I've done this weight loss journey so many freaking times. It's not even funny. Um, so yeah, but and I've documented along the way, but nothing super consistent. So this would be nice to have as something to reflect back on, and hopefully help others. That's another goal too, is to be able to share in my experiences and see if any of it inspires or gives you ideas or helps you in any ways. I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? So oh, yeah. So weigh in, I will do that on Sunday, but I'm also going to either my tripod and everything's way upstairs in my office. So I don't know if I'm going to try and drag all that down and set up my camera. I really would like to do some before photos. So I might be able to bribe one of my kiddos to help me do that and get some wow, before photos up. Um, and share those with you guys because I don't know. I don't know where I was gonna go with that. And I also want to go ahead and take measurements. So I think that's on my agenda for this weekend. So I'm gonna stick with these little itty bitty exercises that are starting to make a big impact, and those changes. And I'm gonna keep incorporating a change in my diet and things like that. I definitely want to go all the way back into the whole food approach. Um, for sure. I'm debating if I want to. I'm debating on a couple of different things, but I definitely know I'm not ready for fasting, at least not in the context of like um, anything hardcore is not the word. Like maybe like some juice fast or I don't know. I just my mind's not there just yet. My body might not be there just yet either. Um, but yeah, so doing the things, we're incorporating some stuff, and you know, we'll get to the point where we'll really start rocking and rolling and get a routine down pat and stuff like that. So I'm excited. I'm kind of excited to see if the scale's done anything on Sunday. If I had a prediction, I would say it's gonna go up. Even though I'm not like lifting these crazy weights or on a treadmill yet, or doing any kind of anything, I still think just the little bit that I have done is working my muscles I could tell it is because I've had to switch arms because my arms are sore from doing my own little, was it like calisthenics when you don't use weights? Yeah, my body is like already responding to just the little changes that I am making. So I am interested, in my prediction is the scale is actually gonna be up, but I don't know, we'll see. I'm not sure. Not a big deal. Yep, so incorporating more water, watching what I'm eating, and adding in these little routines, it's just going to add up to bigger, you know, bigger things later on. But anyhow, I am tired and I am ready to grab a shower and get to bed because I had an exam today. I also had to mess around and do some, part of my exam had me in Excel doing some math and formulas and stuff. I don't like Excel. I don't really, it's a struggle bus for me. I don't know why, but it is. Um, and yeah, just all the things. I'm just like, ugh, drained. I am drained. I am drained. I also got officially, oh, I think I already mentioned that. I also got some other official news with my capstone and who my mentor is and stuff like that. So it's been a really long day, and tomorrow's gonna be another one. We'll see if I'm going in or not on campus with this snow that's supposed to be coming in. But other than that, I am good for the day. I'm calling it. And I hope you guys have had a wonderful day. And I look forward to chatting with you on the next video. Take care. Have a great night. Bye.